There's a theologian called Richard Mao who's come out with a lovely phrase, convicted civility. And he's basing it on saying that there are lots of people in the public square who've got strong convictions, but they're not very civil. And there are people who are very civil, but they haven't got any strong convictions. And as Christians, we should role model convicted civility. Now, what does civility mean? It doesn't mean giving up all of our convictions, but it does mean that we can be pragmatic, that we can be humble, and we can be creative in how we engage with other people. So to flip the question on its head, when should we not compromise? Well, we should never compromise when it's a compromise of the salvation and the gospel issues, the primary gospel issues. Those should never be compromised. The tactics around how we promote those and witnessing those, where we can be flexible on those things. Now, the second point is I need to be careful, because I would say you can compromise when there's a bigger goal to aim for. Now, I think we should be very careful there, because sometimes terrible things are justified by saying, well, the ends justify the means. And we should never compromise being Christ-like in our engagement, because we are always witnessing for Jesus. So we sort of think about what's the bigger goal. If there's a bigger goal that we can be faithful to our faith, but be flexible in terms of how we get there, then let's go for the bigger goal and think about who our co-belligerents are. The other point I would say is never compromise your personal integrity and being Christ-like in your behavior. And I think it's very important that we don't give up saying, well, the issue is bigger than any individual. Well, on some occasions that's partly true, but we are all called to lead a life of faithfulness and integrity. So never compromise when it's compromising your own relationship with Jesus. And then finally, and most importantly, we compromise when it doesn't undermine our honouring of God. So we can compromise if we are still pointing to God and saying, He is sovereign, He is God, we are worshipping Him, and all honour and praise be to God our Father. So we never compromise when we are diminishing God.